called road rage. I have been told about warning signs over and over again. Excessive jealousy, possessiveness, and control issues are all yellow lights. Slow down. Violence is a red light. Stop short. Hit the brakes. Nobody told me about the other signs I was supposed to obey. Nobody told me that just because someone drifts across the barrier into your life does not mean that they won't speed out the same way. I thought I would know if I was being hurt. I thought meeting someone like you would be a car crash, a bright red stop sign, a flashing light that says, "Do not cross." Instead, I came upon a green light on a bumpy road and did not think to recalculate the route. It's not that I haven't been on an unpaved road before, it's just that this time is different. Like the car is safer now, like I'm a better driver now, as if the airbags hadn't deployed the last time, as if my seatbelt hadn't been on the last time. I had no broken bones, no trip to the emergency room to prove that I was wounded. No ambulance came to my aid. I'm starting to think that if I had shown you the blood and asked for gauze, you would have handed me a gun instead, thinking that was a better solution. For months, I tell myself I should have known, should have checked the side mirrors, shouldn't have relied so much on the rear view camera, should have double-checked my blind spot, should have hit the brakes sooner. I replay over and over all the times I gave pieces of myself away, thinking I was delivering stained glass lovingly wrapped into hands that would hold it gently. Instead, I was handing ammo to assault rifles and expecting them not to load. I should have known that people who grew up with guns in the back seat will one day learn to point them at pedestrians. I should have known that just because the blows were not meant for me does not mean that I didn't feel the impact. My pain should have been enough proof. You turned me into a crime scene of broken glass and splintered bones and a heart covered in fingerprints that don't belong to anyone anymore. The way we were is a police line I cannot bring myself to cross. When I realized how lucky I was to make it out of the wreck alive, I showed you the damage and found out that my insurance didn't cover it. You thought the wounds were minor enough that you could leave without a goodbye. You put the cast on the bone that wasn't broken. You cauterized the wound after I had bled out on the ground in front of you. There are red footprints there that I have to remind myself not to follow. Even now, when the sirens begin to sound, I think of you, even if a reunion would mean standing in the middle of a busy intersection or laying on the road during rush hour. I'm like a sports car heading towards a cliff with lead on the accelerator, and you were the emergency brake, until you also became the gasoline. And now I do not cross police lines. You are on the other side of the yellow tape, and I know better than to wait for you to cross back to me. Thank you.